everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Candace. Thank you so much for being here today. And on today's video, we are going to be making this gorgeous butterfly wall decor. I've been looking for something to put on this wall here behind me, and I was at Pier 1 Imports to try to see if I could find something that I liked, and I did. I saw a beautiful butterfly wall decor like the one I'm gonna make today, and I decided, why don't I just make one? My friends have been asking me to make a DIY video anyway, so I figured now is the perfect chance that I get to make this gorgeous project with you guys. Be sure, if you want to see more videos like the crafting videos that I'm going to be showing you today, leave it down in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It would mean so much to me if you did that. And let's get started. For this project, we're going to need a hot glue gun, extra glue sticks, E6000 glue, 2 grits of sandpaper, 1 coarse and 1 fine. I'm using 320 and 120 grit here. You're gonna need some 3D DIY butterfly decorations. These I'm gonna link in the description box below because I found these on Amazon. I couldn't find these at a local craft store. You're gonna need some gold spray paint and a metal craft ring. Let's begin. First, I need to remove these butterfly cutouts from the packaging. Be careful not to rip or crease any of these butterflies. Some are stuck in there pretty good. I'm gonna get these butterflies ready for sanding. I'm gonna scuff the butterflies down in order for the paint to adhere. Here I'm using some 320 grit sandpaper for this step. This step does not need to be perfect as long as the shine is off the surface of these butterflies. If you want your butterflies to have a variety of textures, feel free to sand some of the butterflies with 120 grit. This will give the butterflies a nice variegated look once everything is painted gold. If you do go this route, be sure not to press too hard with that extra coarse paper. It will leave gouges and scratches in your butterflies, and you do not want that in your final product. Look at these butterflies, they're all sanded. Yes! Alright, I know the ring is already gold, but I want the ring to match the butterflies in the final product. So this is very important to also remove the shine off this ring so that our paint will adhere. I am using some 120 grit sandpaper for this. I did not mention this in the supply list, but all my butterflies and the ring was very dusty. So I got a few paper towels damp and I wiped everything down in order to work with nice clean pieces and so that everything would adhere properly. Look at all of these gorgeous butterflies. This step is completely optional. I decided halfway through the project to add some antennas to my butterflies. I didn't add antennas to all of my butterflies, but a little more than half. In the garage, I found some scrap pieces of wire that I cut down to size and looped around the middle and kind of shaped those antennas to be very similar on each side. The middle of the loop actually created some support and it held the butterfly's shape really well when I went to hot glue everything together. So like I said, this is very optional, but this actually really did add a lot of support and it brought those butterflies to life, which is really pretty. So just add a tad of hot glue in the center of the butterfly, press your antenna right into the center there and let it dry. It doesn't take a long time to dry or set up, they go rather quickly, but like I said, it adds such a great feature. Now we're going ahead and just placing all of our butterflies wherever we want these butterflies to lay. So this part is pretty critical, that way we can figure out how many butterflies we need where. So in the picture, the butterflies were mainly in a cluster in the lower left-hand corner of this wreath circle. So that's how I'm kind of organizing mine, because like I told you, I want it to be a dupe to the original Pier 1 Import one. So here we are, just kind of getting everything in a pretty good order before I hot glue everything down. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you do want a good general idea, and this is where you work out all the kinks. So go ahead and move everything around and just try to get it as perfect as you want it, and we can go ahead and glue it. So go ahead and take some hot glue on the back of your butterfly and just place it right on the metal ring. We're gonna work along the outer part of the metal ring first, and then we'll go ahead and stack the butterflies on top of each other when we get to the cluster part. So see, just a tad of glue, put that on there, press it down for a second, and then move on to your next butterfly. Now be sure that your butterflies are all facing different directions. You don't want all your butterflies to face one way. Make sure some are going sideways to the left, some are sideways to the right, some are up, and some are down. This is the fun part. This is the part we've been waiting for the whole project, right? This is where all the sanding comes in to be worth our while. I cannot wait to see this all golded up. I didn't know how far I wanted my butterflies to go out to the right side, so I kind of held that for last to work my way over before I built up into my little pile of butterflies. So when you're adhering one butterfly to the next, be sure not to burn your fingers. It gets so hot. Those wings are very thin, so just be sure that you're not burning your fingers. It is probably gonna happen, so just be warned. Don't rush through this part. This is the important part. This is really going to reflect the outcome of your butterfly wall decor. You have the majority of these butterflies all attached to each other. And just making sure everything is glued really nice and tight. You can always go back over it with E6000 glue if you don't feel comfortable with the hold, but everything was holding really well with hot glue gun. Now I'm gonna detach the ring from my little paper backing. It did stick a little bit, but that's okay. Nothing to worry about. It did not rip any of the butterflies off. Look at how beautiful. It even looks beautiful now. Look at that, you guys. Look at how beautiful that looks. That even looks beautiful as is. I don't even have to spray it. Wait until it gets sprayed gold though. So like I was saying earlier, I did go ahead and take some E6000 glue, which is a really strong permanent glue once it cures up. And I went along all of the butterflies that were along the ring and just kind of doubly enforced them. Then I went through very intricately and very lightly went through each of the butterflies that were touching each other just to give them a nice extra firm hold. Give that some time to dry, and then we will go and spray paint everything. It is finally time to spray our masterpiece. Go ahead and take the spray paint and spray light coats over the entire portion of the wreath. I'm starting with the back part of my wreath here first, and then I'll go ahead and flip it and do the front. But when I am working in the front, I want to make sure that I'm getting into each and every little crevice that is created by each of those little butterflies. So just make sure that you're doing nice, light, even coats of spray. That way there are no drips or runs in your project. So here is the finished product. Look at how beautiful it looks. I'm really excited by the way that it turned out. It was a little time consuming because you had to sand each and every little butterfly, and then you had to wipe everything down. And then with my little antenna addition, it did take me quite a few hours. I think it took me about 3 hours in total. But if I just really sanded it and didn't have to video it, it wouldn't take me that long. But I wanted to show you up close the wings on the butterflies. They look like imperfections, but they almost are just the way that those butterflies that I used were printed. But it gives it such a nice detail, if you can see each of these. So I'm really excited by the way that this turned out. I'm very proud of myself, and I think it looks just as great, if not better, than the Pier 1 imports because I made it myself. So if you are interested in trying this out, I think you should give it a chance. It is definitely a piece of art that is going to be a conversation piece. So look at how great it's going to look on the wall here. Beautiful. I'm really excited. So thank you so much for joining me today. I am so glad that you were here and you tried out this project with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my video. I would love it so much if you would do that for me. And until next time, ciao Bella!